What if I told you that the biggest, most important changes in your life aren't going to come from some huge, dramatic, life-altering moment? Well, today we're going to talk about a much quieter and honestly a way more powerful force: the small habits you repeat every single day.
So let's just start with a quick question for you. Think about your life for a second. Do you believe it changes in one big, flashy moment? If you said yes, hey, you're in good company. Most of us do. We're sort of taught to look for that one big decision, that one sudden opportunity that changes everything. But what if that whole way of thinking is just wrong?
Yeah, we're all so drawn to this myth of the big moment. It's exciting, right? It feels like a movie. We think that's where the real transformation happens. But the material we're digging into today argues that real, lasting change, well, it rarely, if ever, shows up like that.
Instead, the idea is that genuine change is quiet, it's gradual. It's actually found in those tiny little actions that we repeat day after day, the ones that honestly seem too small to even matter at all.
And you can really see the difference here. Big, sudden changes, they can feel really threatening. They trigger our brain's natural resistance, right? That fear of the unknown. But small habits, they're totally different. They feel so ordinary, maybe even a little boring, that they just fly under the radar. And that is their secret weapon. They slip into your routine without setting off any of those internal alarm bells.
Okay, so here's the really crucial point. Small habits aren't just about changing what you do. Their real power goes so much deeper than that. They're about changing who you are. Your life right now isn't the result of one big choice you made 5 years ago. It's the sum of thousands of tiny ones you made yesterday.
This slide really gets to the heart of the whole thing. It's this concept of an identity vote. Every single time you do a tiny habit, you're literally casting a vote for the kind of person you want to be. You're not just doing a thing. You're actively sending a signal to your brain, reinforcing who you are.
So how does this actually work? Let's start with your internal world, your mind. Think about your self-talk. You make a mistake, and what's the first thing you think? Is it critical? A small, quiet habit could be just catching that thought and replacing it with something respectful. Like, okay, that didn't work, let's try another way. It feels so minor, but repeating that vote for self-respect, man, it fundamentally changes your whole inner environment.
And what's cool is this idea just builds on itself. I mean, look at this chain reaction here. It all starts with keeping one tiny promise to yourself, something as simple as waking up on time. That one action, that's a vote. It builds self-trust. And that self-trust, that becomes the absolute foundation for real, earned confidence. Of course, this applies to our external world too. Think about little habits like finally finishing a task you've been putting off. It seems small, but getting that closure creates so much mental clarity. All those unfinished loops in your brain are a hidden drain on your energy. Finishing them one by one brings back a sense of calm.
And that leads right to this powerful idea. When you create these little pockets of order in your physical space, your desk, your car, whatever, you're not just tidying up. You are gradually creating clarity and calm inside your own head.
These small shifts can even totally transform our relationships. The simple, but not always easy, act of just listening without planning what you're going to say next, or being fully present with someone for just a few minutes, these are the habits that build the trust and connection that we all need for our well-being. Okay, so if we're not relying on these big, dramatic moments, then what's the engine that actually drives all this change? Well, it's not what most of us think it is. It's not motivation. It's consistency. So many of us, we wait for this big wave of motivation to hit us before we act. But you can see here, motivation is like a roller coaster. It's a fun ride, but it is so unreliable. Habits, on the other hand, they're like the gears in an engine. They aren't always exciting, but they are incredibly reliable. They show up and they do the work, even when you're tired or unsure or just completely uninspired. And that's their real power.
And over time, that reliability creates momentum. The small actions you keep repeating just start to feel easier. Things that once took a huge amount of effort, they become your new normal. And stuff that once seemed totally impossible, now it starts to feel manageable.
And this is the quiet truth of it all. The real power of these small habits is that they're basically invisible. No one is around clapping for you, but they are silently, steadily shaping your future. It's not about the big performance. It's all about the quiet, consistent practice.
So look, if you take just one thing away from our time together today, let it be this. Small habits do not just change what you do.
They change who you become. Every tiny, repeated action is another vote, slowly and quietly shaping your very identity.
So I'm just gonna leave you with this one question. What's one small, almost insignificant habit you can start today? Just one tiny action that casts a vote for the person you truly want to become.